Yeah, we've been acquired 2 years ago, in July 2013. ServiceNow is a public company, so the big difference is that when you're part of a public company, there's like quarterly results, and it's you live quarter by quarter. ServiceNow is also one of the fastest growing companies in the enterprise software space. So we doubled in revenue almost every year, and we double in personnel every year. So it's a very fast-paced environment. And that's very demanding. It's really execution driven, focusing on the things that are not working well, alleviating those problems, and but in the end it's all about making the numbers quarter after quarter. So it's a little bit different than being independent. So I've been on both sides of the table. I've been investing in previous life, and I've been raising money. I've raised probably about 70 million in my life, and I also spent about 70 million in my life. Raising money is all about relationships. People invest in people. Any entrepreneur that believes that he walks up to a VC, pitches with a bright idea, and walks out with a check, that's not going to happen. You need to get to know the people, build a relationship of trust. If you do not have a track record, VCs tend to follow you, see if whatever you say about what your business is going to do is actually going to be true. They want to see if you have a good grip and can predict where your company is going. So that personal bonding, being open and honest, making sure you build a track record and get to know the people is extremely important. So typically, my advice to entrepreneurs is start raising when you do not need the money, because when you do need the money, you're actually with your back against the wall. So you should always be raising money, and especially just after you close your round, go start doing the networking and building the relationships for your second round. Well, that's a good question. So to follow up on the previous point, I mean, these events are there to get to know the people, not to raise money, but to get to know the people. Don't pitch too hard. Build a relationship with somebody. It's far better to have a conversation on a personal level. Somebody will remember. VCs will hear 100 pitches a day on these kinds of events, but they'll recognize the best joke that was made during that day. They'll recognize the nicest conversation that they'll have. You have time, if you build that relationship, to follow up, to get an appointment, to sit down when they have more time than the elevator pitch, and to start building the relationship. So these events are networking events. They're not fundraising events. Well, it's already what I understood is a very long day, and we're standing here in evening hours, and it's still very crowded. So it must have been a good event with a good vibe. There's music going on, lots of drinks. So yeah, definitely good vibe, good people.